Working in progress.
Yeah. Yeah. This is meeting. This is a meeting. Okay. Almost ready, guys. Almost ready. Promise. I mean, that freelance should work. Sorry, I just want to make sure this is disconnected from this. Disconnect. Disconnect. Forget. Okay. Now should be good to go. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I think we're ready. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Let's see. As far as special announcements go, I have my frequency class that's once per month coming up this Saturday. So this Saturday in this space, if you're around, I would love to have you. It's 7 to 9 p.m. It's breathing, breath work, and sound. So it's not yoga, it's not movement, it's just straight up breath for about an hour. You do the same type of breath the whole time, which takes your body essentially out of here and into here so you can really feel and process stuff that's been just kind of lurking around under the surface. So it's a really it can be a really cathartic and transformative experience. It can also be just kind of like I feel different, I feel lighter. It's purely somatic experiential work, so there's nothing to make sense of, nothing to intellectualize. You don't even need to know why it's happening. It's an experience. It's your felt senses. So if you're around, I would love to have you. It's $30 per person. You can sign up in advance, where this one I don't think will sell out in the summer. They usually don't. So you probably would be just fine showing up if you decide on Saturday that you're free and you want to come. And then trying to think if there's anything else that I need to give you a heads up on. I'm gonna be here this weekend. I think that's all for now. And yeah, everything I can think of. Anything else that you guys can think of? Right, let's just do our thing. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat of meditation if you're not there already. And even if you are there, maybe you take a moment to move a little bit, just feel your physical body. So you might just take little subtle movements, roll your shoulders around, roll your head around, or maybe bigger movements. Maybe take your arms all the way up or twist your body or anything that just kind of helps you feel what's going on physically for you this morning. And then when you are ready, find stillness. So seated meditation. Just be intentional about how and where you place your hands. So maybe they're just resting in your lap, but you're doing it on purpose. Palms face up or palms face down. Maybe hands to heart. And then either close your eyes, or if you prefer to keep your eyes open for whatever reason, see if you can soften and lower your gaze. And then just take these first couple moments to really fully arrive, really become present in this space. So you can start by just feeling whatever there is to feel, noticing whatever there is to notice right here, right now. So as simple as just feeling the ground underneath your sit bones or the air on your skin, its temperature. And then see how aware you can become and what you can notice in your inner space as well. So physical sensations that are there. And then also, are there any emotions present for you? Energetically, what's going on for you today? And start to notice, if you haven't already, start to notice and connect with your breath. So feeling into the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. And then next time you breathe in, very intentionally, fill up as big as you can. So take the biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. When you think you are full, hold in that fullness and see if there's even an extra little sip you can find at the top. Open your mouth, great big sigh. Ah. Good, everyone. Do that twice more. So inhale to fill up and hold. As you hold, feel all that space inside of you, even all that prana, life force energy. Take an extra sip, extra teaspoon more. And then out your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Ah. Very nice. Last time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning. Hold, fill up every single little space. Extra sip, maybe even 2 extra sips this time. And then out your mouth when you're ready, let it go. Ah. All the way to the very, very bottom, all the way to emptiness. And then seal your lips. Begin to drop into what we call ujjayi breath. So ujjayi means vibrant. So what I love about this breath, it's slow, it's steady, it's regulating, it's calming. But somehow at the same time, it's energizing. It's powerful. It's strong. See if you can really connect to your breath for a moment, find your own rhythm. And whenever you are ready, you can come forward to your hands and your knees. So please feel free to stay in your seat as long as you want. And you can even start to move from your seat if you prefer. When you're ready, hands and knees position, and just start your own intuitive exploration with your body and with your breath. So intuitive means just feel around, do whatever your body wants to do. Get curious. There's no right or wrong. There's no prescribed way to move. Just explore it. So please, no rush whatsoever. But once you are there on hands and knees, maybe you even close your eyes and just really feel your spine, feel your hips, feel your shoulders, even your hands and your fingers. You can get really creative. So there's no right or wrong. Maybe you even want to sit back into a kneeling position, reach your arms up. Maybe you want to spin your fingers back towards your knees or even flip your palms up to face the sky and just kind of gently rock it out. So as you start to move, don't forget about your breath. Is it still there? Is it still big, spacious, powerful, and also slow, steady, calming? Give yourself a few more rounds. And then eventually, friends, find your way back into a downward facing dog. No hurry. So take a moment in your dog pose and same thing, feel around. Maybe pedal your heels out or give your hips a shift from side to side. Maybe you want to explore what it feels like to take your feet all the way out to the width of your yoga mat or bring your feet together to touch. Maybe you want to explore what it feels like to bend your knees a lot and come up to your tiptoes as you lift your hips up and back. What does it feel like to straighten your legs? And then is your breath still there? Is it right there with you, holding you, supporting you from the inside? Nice job, everybody. Nice poses. In your down dog, imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So it's like you're getting a little lift that comes from your center. Take one more inhale into your down dog. And then as you exhale, just gently set your knees on the ground and find a child's pose for a moment. So hips to your heels, forehead to your mat. And you can choose what feels best, knees wide or knees together, somewhere in between. And take a few breaths, maybe sway your hips a little side to side or roll your forehead side to side. You could also explore making your child's pose a little more active by reaching your fingertips as far forward as possible, lifting to your fingertips so you're making little tents with your hands, like we do in Spider-Man Cobra. And then as you push with your fingertips, try to pull back with your arms and feel your shoulders get strong. Take one more round of breath in your child's pose. And then we're going to turn it into a little flow. Next time you inhale, rise up and find a cow posture. Lift the crown of your head and your heart. Lift your tailbone behind you. Exhale, round cat pose. Curl in. And then this time as you inhale, come to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. Down dog, stretch it out. And exhale, set your knees down, set your hips back. Child's pose. So just like that, big, deep breaths as you move. Inhale, cow pose, spinal extension. Exhale, cat posture, spinal flexion, round, curl in. Come back to a happy medium as you tuck your toes, lift your hips, press them back, down dog, inhale. And exhale, knees come down into your child's pose, set your hips back all the way to emptiness. One more time, just like that. Inhale, cow pose. Stretch through your front body. Exhale, cat. Stretch through your back body. Good breathing. Inhale brings you back to neutral spine as you lift your hips, down dog. And exhale, knees to the ground, child's pose it out. This time, inhale, rise up to hands and knees. And we'll move into thread the needle with our right arm. So bring your knees at least hips width distance apart. And if you want to, you can extend your left leg out to the left. It's called gating your left leg. We're not going to go right into it, so listen carefully. As you inhale, reach your right arm out and all the way up. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath you. Reach as far as you can, but don't come down to rest yet. Inhale, unthread, reach your right arm out and up, open up. Exhale, thread it through, reach as far as possible. Just hover above the ground. Inhale, last time, open up. Reach as high as possible, and then exhale, thread your right arm through. This time, bottom of your exhale, shoulder and head come down gently. Give yourself about 3 to 5 breaths. Breathe into your back body a lot. And if there's any way you want to explore and work it on this side, feel free. Saw through your face, through your jaw, saw through your forehead. Good, everybody. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, set your left hand back down. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm, reach it out and up one last time. And exhale, right hand comes down. Everybody pick up your left foot. So whether or not you had it extended out, reach your left leg back and then take your left toes off the right edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the left as you gaze back over your right shoulder. Yeah, so you can kind of lean to the left, maybe bend one or both elbows. See if you can find lots of space in your left side. Take one more round. Bottom of your exhale, back to a tabletop position, and then take it back to your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, walk your feet out to the width of your yoga mat, nice and wide. You might walk your feet forward just a teeny tiny bit, not much, like an inch or so. And then take your right hand, reach it back to grab the outside of your left ankle. So left hand presses down, left shoulder is strong against the ground. See if you can gaze underneath your left armpit. Keep lifting your hips high, keep your spine long. Take a couple more rounds. Use the leverage of your hand against your leg to gently leverage the twist. Good breathing, friends. Very bottom of your next exhalation, back to a regular down dog. And from your down dog, just walk your hands to the back of your yoga mat, come into a forward fold. You can keep your feet wide if they're still wide, or you can walk them in a little bit if you'd like. Next time you inhale, halfway lift position. So lengthen, neutralize. Exhale, fold and bow. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel the length in the back of your neck and the sides of your neck. Exhale, fold. And then this time, let's take it all the way up. So come through your halfway lift, rise, arms to the sky, big full body stretch. And hands to your heart center as you exhale. Flow with your breath for a moment here. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down. You might bend your knees a lot. Halfway lift position, inhale. And as you exhale, fold, let it go. Nice, Chris. Press into your feet, heart leads. So straight spine as you come back up, all the way to stand, arms reach up. Hands to heart center as you exhale. And let's take that one more time. It's your half sun salute. Inhale, high mountain. You don't have space at your sides. You might reach forward as you dive down slowly. Exhale. Halfway lift position, Ardha Uttanasana as you breathe in. Exhale, fold and bow. All the way up, rise, arms to the sky, big stretch. And heart center, exhale. Nice job, friends. Inhale, take your arms up. And this time we're gonna bring our hands behind our back and interlace. So once you've got your fingers interlaced, shoulders roll back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. If you want more, see if you can press your palms together like they're suction cupped and then steeple your index fingers. Bend your elbows and try to magnetize your elbows together. See if you can reach your hands back and then possibly lift your heart up. So hips forward as you hug in with your inner thighs, puff up your chest, gaze up. Take one more big, huge inhale. Keep your hands clasped, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. So bending your knees might be really helpful all the way down into a forward fold. Hang out in your fold with your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 deep breaths. If you're pressing your palms together and at this point that feels like a little too much, let that part go. Let your neck relax, head heavy. So it might be very helpful to bend your knees so that you can relax your neck more. Lift your hips up, lift your knuckles up. Take one more in breath. Exhale, hands to your low back first, then gently release your clasp. Let your arms come down, let them dangle, maybe a little shaky shake. Halfway lift position on an inhalation, realign. And then crawl your hands to the top of your mat. So plant your hands or your fingers, crawl them forward, plank position. So top of a push-up. Find your strength, push the ground away, navel to spine. And if your knees stay lifted, see if you can even squeeze through the fronts of your thighs. Take little baby rocks forward and back. Nice, Celeste. Next time you inhale, little rock forward onto your tippy toes or knees come down to modify. Exhale, lower halfway down. Good, Liz. Inhale, press back up, straighten your arms. One more time like that. Exhale, halfway down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push back up. Amazing. Nice, Sandra. Exhale all the way down to your belly as slow as you can go. Back bend of choice, heart opener of choice. So baby cobra, full cobra, Spider-Man cobra, sphinx, up dog, anything goes. And eventually, tabletop position, hands and knees. So from your hands and your knees, we're moving into thread the needle, this time with our left arm. So make sure your knees are at least hips width distance apart, and option to gate your right leg out to the right if you would like. Left arm out to the left, and then all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. As you exhale, thread your left arm through, but don't come down to rest yet. So reach, feel your obliques engage as you reach as far as you can, then unwind. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through, hover and hold all the way to emptiness. Inhale, back up, open up. And then last time, exhale, reach your left arm through as far as you can. When you cannot reach any further, when you're emptying your breath, set your shoulder and your head down gently. Good. Any way you want to work it on this side. Slow, spacious inhales. Long, strong exhales all the way to empty. Please, Kathy, breathe into the back of your heart. Breathe into that space in between your shoulder blades. See if you can feel your back body expand and contract with your breath. If you happen to have your right hand lifted, slowly bring it back to the earth. And then on an inhalation, unthread your left arm. Reach out and up one last time. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Pick up your right foot. So whether or not you had it extended out, right leg lifts and reaches back, and then right toes off the left edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder, or maybe you gaze underneath your left armpit. So see what you can find here. Feel around. This side might feel totally different than the other side. Sometimes I even like to use my left heel to give my right quad a massage, like a lacrosse balls digging into my quad. So you can get really creative. One last breath. And then back to tabletop. I guess left heel digging into my right quad. Is that what I said? Back to downward facing dog. Once you're back in down dog, walk your feet out to the width of your mat again. Maybe walk them forward just the slightest, like an inch or two, not more. So you still want your foundation to feel like it's in your hands. Take your left hand this time, reach it back to grab the outside of your right ankle. And if your ankle is too much, maybe you grab the back of your calf or even the back of your knee. So get as low as you can on your own leg. And then use that as gentle leverage to twist and gaze under your right armpit. Right hand really strong. So press with your right hand, strong through your right shoulder as well. Lift from your center. If you have a slippery mat, I know this is hard. See if you can take 2 more rounds, working the twists, working the length in your spine. Nice, Erin. And then very end of your next exhale, come back to a regular down dog. You can adjust your feet, walk them in, pedal them out. This time, one more inhale into your dog pose. Exhale, look to the top of your yoga mat, forward fold, top of your space. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky with your in-breath. Hands to heart, exhale. Thanks, Charles. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. And then we're going to twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Notice if your hips went with you. See if you can keep your hips square. And then see if you can sit back into a chair pose with your legs. So twisted chair, left arm forward, right arm back. Notice if your left knee is in front of your right knee and pull it back. Sometimes it helps me if I bring my legs together and just squeeze my inner thighs for this variation. So whatever works best for you. Try not to reach forward or lean forward, but keep your spine nice and long. Take one more round and use your strong core to work your twist a little further. Good job. As you inhale, back to center, both arms to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to take a little baby back bend. Cactus your arms, puff up your chest. Navel to spine protect, slow back. Inhale, re-extend, realign. And then exhale, twist towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back. So notice, did your hips twist as well? And if they did, bring them back to square. And from that place, sit back into your chair. So your knees stay nice and even. And do your best to find a twist in your core, not just in your arms. So see if you can start to work your chest to look at the windows. Sit back, weight in your heels. If your legs are together, squeeze through your inner thighs, squeeze through your inner knees. Take one more round. Awesome, Corey. As you inhale, come back to center, arms to the sky, stretch it out. And as you exhale, chair plane pose. So this time, both of your arms reach back as you come into a chair position. Option only if you'd like to lift to your tiptoes. And then today, just for funsies, if you're on your tiptoes, play with your drinking bird. So straighten your legs and dip your beak down low. Woo. Good. Nice job. Everybody, no matter where you are at, we're gonna meet in a high mountain pose. You can stay on your tiptoes if you want to. Inhale as high as you can get. And then as you exhale, take your slow dive. If you're still on your tiptoes, you're welcome to stay there as you dive. Good, awesome. Paul, as you inhale, heels on the ground, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Take your vinyasa however you want to, or skip it all together. See you back in down dog. And so slow and intentional movement, slow and intentional breath. All right. From your down dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. And if you want to, go ahead and open your hip or feel around a little bit. Maybe you want to roll out your ankle. Maybe you even feel like circling your knee around a few times. Keep your hands strong. Keep your spine long. Keep your side bodies really spacious. So feel your breath in your side bodies. See if you can make your right leg straight, strong, and powerful. Take one last inhale here. Active through your right toes even. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, push the ground away, round your spine, and then step forward as soft as you can. Nice gentle low lunge into crescent lunge. So take your time to rise. The ball of your back foot is on the ground, and all of your toes are facing directly forward. You guys look so nice. Awesome job. So find the stability in your legs by hugging towards midline. So your front hip is energetically pulling back hip energetically pulling forward. And from your strong foundation, feel your upper body grow into your expression. So again, side body is long. Feel your breath there. Puff up your heart, maybe even gaze up. Maybe you're even smiling. So I don't care what you do with your face, but do it on purpose. Be intentional. I don't care what you do with your fingers, but do it on purpose. Be intentional. Take one more inhale, crescent lunge. Awesome, everybody. As you exhale, we're going to twist again. Left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your back knee to a hover. If you want less intensity, at any point, you can set your back knee down gently. Otherwise, back knee's hovering above the ground. Try to drag it forward. Yes. Open through your heart, open through the front of your shoulders. Maybe even gaze back over your right hand. Take one more deep breath here. Bottom of your exhale, bring your left hand down. Staying in a twist a little longer. So revolve, lunge, left hand is on the ground or a block. Right arm is reaching up towards the sky. And if there's any way you want to explore, work this pose, go for it. So we'll be here for about 2 or 3 more rounds. Maybe you want a prayer twist. Maybe you want to walk left fingertips off the left edge of your mat. So you do you. Nice, everyone. One last round. See if you can twist a little further. And then very bottom of your exhalation, let it go. And we're not going to do this in our breath to movement flow, but for right now, bring your hands over to the left long edge of your mat. Turn all of your toes to face the left long edge of your mat. So you're in a wide-legged straddle position. Halfway lift. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. And then find your strong core. Feel your feet on the ground. Rise all the way up to stand. Once you're standing, pivot your heels in, point your toes out. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. So you're in a wide-legged squat position. Knees directly over your ankles, adjust if you need to. Sit as low as you can and try to press your knees back towards the wall behind you. As you inhale, standing cow pose, stick your butt out, lift your heart, spinal extension. As you exhale, twist towards the back of the room, dip your right shoulder down, gaze over left shoulder, hold for a full round of breath. See if you can press your knees open really wide. Stay low in your legs. Next inhale, come back through center. Standing cow and exhale, twist to the front, holding for a full round. So gaze over right shoulder, work your twist, and then speed it up just a little bit. Inhale, center. Exhale, back all the way to empty. Thanks, Tracy. Inhale through center. Last time to the front. Exhale. Inhale, center. You're more than welcome to stay a bit longer. Whenever you are ready, start your transition back into your wide-legged fold. So you'll straighten your legs, parallel your feet, and take your dive down. No rush. We'll be here for about 5 to 7 breaths. So you can explore in your wide-legged fold. You can take handstand hops, headstand twists. Maybe you want to come back to that squat position. So anything goes, feeling your body, feeling everything that is right here, right now, your present moment experience. This is not about working anything out in your mind. It's just feeling whatever's already happening, whatever's already there, paying attention, breathing into it. Take 1 or 2 more rounds. You're welcome to sigh out your mouth. Hands to the ground or fingertips to the ground if they're not there already. And start to crawl your hands to the top of your space, coming into a low lunge again. So turn your toes forward and then just step your back foot forward. You'll be in a forward fold position. Yes, very nice. Once you are in your forward fold, come to your halfway lift position. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take it all the way up to stand, high mountain. So both feet root down, both arms reach up. Pause. Notice, what are your imbalances? So are you flaring your ribs forward and sticking your butt out? Are you rounding, kind of curling in? How can you be a little more neutral through your spine and your pelvis? So feel into it. Tons of awareness just in standing. So nice. Right foot roots down. Left leg now lifts up. Standing staff pose. So flex your left toes. Good. Nice, Celeste. Hug in with your inner thighs. Focus your gaze on something in front of you that is not moving. Take one more inhale here. And then moving in slow motion, exhale, low lunge. See if you can touch fingers and toes down at the exact same time. We're going to go back and forth just like that. Inhale, standing staff, press in the right foot, rise up. You can even extend left leg forward if you want more. Exhale, low lunge, back and forth with your breath. If you want to go slower, maybe you go 2 breaths per movement. Maybe you even feel like throwing in an airplane pose or a warrior 3 as you're transitioning. So please feel free to have fun with it, to get curious, to play. And if you hate balancing, if this is terribly difficult, challenging, see if you can just be with that. Let it be terribly difficult and challenging and just breathe into it. Take 1 or 2 more rounds back and forth, just like that. You're doing so good. All right, my friends. Now listen. Come back to standing staff pose. So you'll be balancing on your right foot. And just for this, we're not going to do this in our breath to movement flow, but right now, we're going to switch legs. So left foot comes down, right knee lifts. Figure 4 with your right leg. So your right hip should feel hot right now after all that movement. Sit back, give it a nice stretch. So right outer ankle on top of left thigh. Weight is in your left heel. You can bring your hands to your thighs. You can reach your arms back like chair plane. You could bring your hands to heart. Or since we're holding this one, maybe you even want to come into a forward fold variation, hands to blocks or the ground. Maybe you even want to play with a twist or an arm balance if you're feeling it. Send your breath down into your right hip. Flexion through your right toes, strong through your right ankle. And then focused and alert, calm and relaxed. All at the same time. Present with yourself, whatever is happening, you're feeling it, you're witnessing it. Last couple of breaths. You guys are doing so good. All right, slowly find your way up. And guess what? We're just going to meet in high mountain. So you can set your right foot down. Both feet on the ground, both arms to the sky. Once you're here, feel into that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. One more inhale. And then slow dive as you exhale. Stick your butt out behind you and dive. Halfway lift with your inhalation. Realign. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, vinyasa your way or skip it. So take it on your knees, substitute cat-cows, add push-ups, do you. See you back in downward facing dog, nice legs. Ujjayi breath. So notice for a moment, how does right leg feel versus left leg? Notice your breath. Is it still there, big and spacious? Next time you breathe in, take your left leg to the sky. Good. And if you want, feel free to explore a little bit. Maybe it's just pointing, flexing, rolling out your ankle. Maybe you open your hip or even circle your left leg around a bit. But what's there? Feel into it. Breathe into it. Strong hands on the ground, long through your spine and your side bodies. Everybody, make your left leg long, strong, and powerful for one last inhale. Active through your left toes. Exhale, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, then step forward as soft as you can. Rise to your crescent lunge in your own time. Thanks, Jenny. So all of your toes face forward. And if you want to modify, of course, you can always bring your back knee down. If your back leg, or excuse me, if your back knee is lifted, then your back leg should feel just as strong and powerful as your front. Beautiful, Trace. So feel your strong legs, your strong foundation, and then your expression through your upper body. And by your expression, it doesn't mean you need to do anything cool. It just means you're feeling into your body. You're inviting in whatever it is you want to embody. So if you want to be happy, maybe you smile and just see how it feels. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Come into your twisted turbo lunge. Back leg is now bent and back knee is now hovering right above the ground, just a couple inches. So get low in your legs and imagine you're trying to drag your your back thigh forward and pull your front hip back. Squeeze your inner thighs, broaden through your shoulders and collarbones. Maybe even gaze back over your left hand. Last round. Awesome job. And switch your legs out, Sue. Unwind, crescent lunge, stay in your twist. Right hand comes down. Sorry, guys. Right hand down, left arm up. So you're still in a twist. Right hand on the ground, left arm to the sky. And if at this point you're like, my back leg is so tired, give it a rest. Set your knee down. If there's any way you want to work it, maybe your right hand walks off the right edge of your mat, or maybe even a prayer twist. Maybe you just play with hovering your right hand above the ground an inch or so, see if anything moves. So that's how you test, is my core engaged, are my legs strong? Last round, work your twists. Nice, Kathy. And bottom of your exhale, all the way to empty, then unwind. Walk your hands to the right long edge of your yoga mat, coming into your wide-legged straddle position. This time we're going to do something totally different. So if you'd rather just hang out in your wide-legged fold, fine with me. Otherwise, moving towards Skandasana, come to a halfway lift. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat as you bend into your back knee. Maybe this is as far as you want to take it. Otherwise, pivot your right toes towards the back edge of your mat. Do your best to keep your right heel on the ground. Lift your left toes. And let your pelvis kind of work its way down. So a lot of people get into this pose and they're on their right tiptoes. This isn't wrong, but this is totally different. You're getting something not at all the same. So you want to think of this right leg in a half malasana, half low squat. Energetically pull your heels towards each other like they're magnetized. Flex your left toes back and active. Maybe you can even lift your arms up. So if you have muscle energy in your legs, you'll be able to take your hands off the ground. Take one more round on this side. And then we're going to take it to the other side slowly. So through center, bend your left knee, left toes face the front edge of your mat, right toes pivot towards the sky. Keep your left heel on the ground if at all possible. So if your left heel is lifted way high and you're like, I don't understand, how would I get my left heel down? It's a complete adjustment of the way you're going into the pose. It's a big adjustment of your pelvis. Pull your heels towards one another and see if you can lift your arms, only if you want to. So muscle energy in your legs. Last couple rounds on this side. Good job, friends. And then you can either come back to your wide-legged straddle for the last few rounds, or maybe you want to take it back and forth a couple times. You can even play with moving back and forth without using your hands. So muscle energy in your legs. If you have no interest in Skandasana, totally fine. Stay in your wide-legged forward fold. Good. About 2 or 3 more breaths. Nice, Lizzie. All right, everybody. Halfway lift position with both legs straight. So, or I guess you could bend your knees if you need to. Halfway lift, fingertips on the ground, crawl your hands forward, rotate toes forward, low lunge, and then just step your back foot forward. You'll be in a forward fold at the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, bow, let it go. All the way to stand. Arms to the sky, high mountain, and pause. So left foot roots down. Right knee lifts up, standing staff. Find your balance first. Hug in with your inner thighs, flex back through your right toes, focus your gaze. Good. Now get ready to go back and forth. So one more inhale in standing staff. Exhale into a low lunge position. Slowly see if fingers and toes can touch at the exact same time. And then with your breath up and down at your own pace. Standing staff as you breathe in and rise. Maybe you even extend right leg forward. And then low lunge. Feel free to throw in a warrior 3 or maybe an airplane pose. Feel free to adjust so that you're taking 2 or 3 breaths as you move back or stand up. So just as long as you're intentional, focused and alert, calm and relaxed all at the same time. If you're struggling, if you're falling in and out, awesome. Meet yourself right there. It's not a bad thing. It means you've met an edge. Be with it. Teach yourself that it's okay to try hard things. Take 1 or 2 more rounds. So you want to be feeling the heat in your left leg build, your left hip specifically, and then we will meet back in a standing staff. So next time you're in standing staff, pause there. And then we're going to switch out our legs this time. So right foot to the ground, left knee lifts back into your figure 4. You choose what you want to do with your arms for now. So maybe hands just rest on your legs, chair plane arms, interlace, forward fold, twist, arm balance. Lots of places you can go. Flexion through your left toes, and imagine you're trying to cement your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. So there's strength in your legs. So good, everybody. Flexion in your left foot, and imagine your ankle is in an ice skate or a ski boot, so it can't twist or sickle at all. Last couple breaths. Good, everybody. Awesome, Erin. Let's come back to a high mountain position. So slowly work your way back up. Both feet down, both arms up eventually. Feel into neutral spine, neutral pelvis as best you can in your own body. One more inhale. Exhale, stick your butt out behind you. Reach your heart forward all the way down into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, and vinyasa any way you want. See you back either in down dog, or feel free to take a child's pose this time if you'd rather. All right. Big deep breath. Take a moment, just feel, notice, observe, acknowledge what's going on inside of you. Reconnect to your breath. If you've lost it, especially fire it back up. We're going to move through that flow or something very similar to what we just did. 1 breath, 1 movement. So it doesn't mean we speed through it as fast as we can. We breathe slowly, spaciously, intentionally, and we move in the same way. So if at any time it feels like I'm cueing way too slow, see if you can slow down your breath, breathe deeper than you thought you could. At any time you just want to take a break or do your own thing, please feel free. If you're coming with me, downward facing dog. All right. Big inhale, push the ground away, lift your hips high. Exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there. Forward fold. Inhale to your spinal extension, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold in. Empty out. Rise all the way up. Big full body stretch. Feel your entire body lengthen and exhale, hands to heart center. All right, here we go, friends. Inhale, arms to the sky. If you want, you can step your feet together, getting ready for our chair twist. So exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Bend your knees a lot, all the way to empty in your breath. Inhale back to center, reach high. Add a little back bend as you exhale. So cactus your arms, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, puff up your chest. Inhale, neutralize, realign. And twisted chair towards the windows, sit back, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, high mountain reach, lengthen. Now chair plane. So bend both knees, swing both arms back. Option to float to your tiptoes if you want to, but stay in your chair, knees really bent. Stay on your tiptoes if you want to. Everybody, high mountain, so super tall, grow as tall as you can. Maybe stay on your tiptoes for a big balance challenge as you take your dive down. Bending the knees is helpful. So nice. Halfway lift, heels on the ground now. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep that exhale going as you take chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart, peel it open. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Big breath, right leg high, inhale. Now use your strong core. Exhale, step your right foot through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise, strong legs. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back, back knee bends. And then inhale, stay in your twist. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, gaze up. Exhale, right hand down. Step your back foot forward, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, rise all the way up. Arms reach up, left knee lifts up. Just one time, exhale, low lunge. Fingers and toes touch at the same time if possible. Come back up, standing staff. Inhale. Now, figure four, left outer ankle on top of right thigh. Chair plane arms if you'd like, swing them back. Inhale, standing staff. Option to extend left if you haven't yet. And exhale, set your left foot down as you take your dive down into your forward fold. You can kind of even out your weight as you dive. Halfway lift position, breathe in. And plant your hands, feet back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Nice, Paul. Inhale, heart lift, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg high with your in-breath. Active through your left foot. Now use your strong core. Step forward as you exhale, soft as you can. Inhale, crescent, rise slowly, strong through your legs. Exhale, add your twist, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. As you inhale, just bring your right hand to the ground and gaze up at your left hand, open up a little more, twist a little further. Exhale, left hand comes down, back foot steps forward, forward fold. Halfway lift position here, lengthen. And bow as you exhale. Let's take it all the way up. Breathe in and rise. Arms reach, right knee lifts, active through your right toes. Just one time, low lunge, fingers and toes at the same time if possible. Root down into left foot. Inhale, rise back up into standing staff. And then figure 4, sit back, maybe chair plane arms, you can choose. Standing staff last time here. Option to extend right if you want, if you haven't already. And then right foot on the ground, even out your weight as you take your slow dive. Lift halfway with your in-breath. And plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa. Inhale, heart lift. Feel your heart open. Expand, and then exhale, either down dog. If you'd like, you can give yourself a moment in child's pose. So take a moment and just feel. Feel whatever there is to feel. Acknowledge your body for all the hard work it's doing. We'll go through that entire sequence one more time. I'm going to add in a few little changes, a few little variations. So just like you always do, just like you've been doing, stay present. Listen to my cues, take what works, leave the rest behind. If you're coming with me for our last round, downward facing dog. Ujjayi, fire it up. Use it to support you. Use it to guide you. One last inhale in your down dog. Exhale, gaze forward, step or float. Top of your mat. Forward fold, lift halfway once you've arrived. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. All the way up, rise. Big stretch at the top. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, my friends. Inhale, high mountain. Step your feet together if you would like to. Exhale, twist to your right with your chair pose. Left arm forward, right arm back. Try to keep your knees nice and even. Twist from center. Inhale, high mountain reach. Little baby back bend. Make it come from mid and upper back primarily. So pop up your chest, curl open. Inhale, re-extend, realign. And twist your chair towards the windows. Right arm forward, left arm back this time. Inhale, high mountain stretch. And one more chair plane. So both knees bend, both arms reach back. Maybe you're on your tiptoes. Stay on tiptoes if you want. High mountain, super, super tall. And maybe stay on your tiptoes. Huge balance challenge as you take your dive. So nice. Halfway lift, heels on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can always skip it. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, or your back bend of choice. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Listen carefully. Stay and hold, or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, three-legged. Stretch it out. Right to right. So aim for your armpit. Exhale. Yes. Inhale, back up. Lengthen. Now, everybody, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Step through softly. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, turbo twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. And inhale, left hand comes down. Open through the right side of your heart. Even more. Gaze up. Exhale, or excuse me, now right hand comes down. I guess that was your left, sorry. Now listen here, friends. Instead of forward fold, we're gonna take a standing split. So right foot roots, left leg floats up. You can hang out in standing split, or if there's some way you wanna play, go for it. Maybe you take handstand hops. Maybe you wanna open up into a half moon. Maybe you just wanna play with balancing. So maybe right arm behind right leg. Yeah, maybe you're like, I don't feel like standing splits. I'd rather take a pyramid pose. That's fine with me. So those of you who are balancing, see if you can lift your left leg a little bit higher. Good. Active through left toes. One last inhale. Now forward fold, top of your space. Lift halfway. Breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way up to stand. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. Now listen, exhale, low lunge. We're going to stay here for a moment. Hands to the inside of right foot. Walk your right foot out wide. Now, options are back knee can come down, hips towards the ground, lift your heart up, or hips lift up, your heart works down. Or if cat grabs its tail is in your practice and you'd like to go there, feel free to work that pose as well. So be here in your legs, in your hips. Feel it all. Breathe into it. Try not to let your right knee fall inward. So track it out towards your pinky toe. And if it helps, you can pivot your right toes out. You can also roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Take about 3 more breaths. You guys are doing so good. Soften through your face, unclench your jaw. With your next inhale, fill up as big as you can. Take an extra sip if it's there. Out your mouth, sigh it out. Come back up to your hands if you're not there already. And then walk your right foot back to midline so you're framing it. Lift your back knee if it's on the ground. All right, root into your right foot. Standing staff all the way up. Inhale. Figure 4, chair plane arms. Exhale. Standing staff. Maybe extend left leg forward. And take your slow dive. Left foot comes down, even out your weight and all the way down. Amazing, you guys. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga, or skip it if you'd rather. Lift your heart, open. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. Left leg to the sky with your in-breath. Stay here and hold here, or exhale, left knee, right elbow, get as close as possible, push the ground away. Inhale, back up, nice and let's lengthen. Left to left, aim for your armpit as high as possible. Awesome, Chris. Inhale, back up. And then everybody, last one, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step forward softly. Crescent lunge with your in-breath, rise. Turbo twist as you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. With your inhale, set your right hand down, stay in your twist, gaze up at left fingertips. And unwind. Standing splits. So left foot roots down, right leg floats up. Anywhere you want to take it on this side. So play or stay. Big, intentional inhales, spacious inhales. All the way to empty with your exhalations. Wherever you're at, you're there, you're present, fully feeling everything there is to feel. Back leg strong, back foot active. Amazing, you guys. Take one more in-breath wherever you're at. And then forward fold, nice and easy, top of your space. Lift halfway, realign, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Almost there, rise up. Last time, inhale, arms reach, right knee lifts. Exhale, slow motion into low lunge. Touch down, fingers and toes, same time. Once you are in low lunge, hands inside left foot, walk your left foot out wide. Nice trace. So left foot comes all the way out to the width of your mat. You choose where you want to go on this side. Back knee, down on the ground, hips melt down, heart lifts up. So it's like you're trying to create a cobra in your heart, or you can do the exact opposite. Your hips lift up as your heart melts down. Cat grabs its tail if you want, or anything else that's calling to you, anything else your body needs. Breathe. Yes, so good, you guys. About 3 more breaths, big, spacious, allowing whatever's there to have space to move through. So if it's uncomfortable, you're not trying to make that discomfort go away. You're just letting it be uncomfortable for a moment, breathing into it, softening around it. That's the yoga. Last huge inhale. Fill up as big as you can. Send that extra sip of air down into your hips. And then out your mouth, sigh it out. Oh. Good. Come back up to your hands. Walk your left foot back to center line, midline, so you're framing it. Lift your back knee if it's on the ground. Okay, get ready. Left foot roots with your next inhalation, standing staff all the way up. Last time. Figure 4, last time. Sit back, chair plane arms if you'd like. And then standing staff, extend right leg if you want to. Inhale. Exhale, right foot down. Take your slow dive, forward fold. You guys are amazing. Inhale into your halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, feet back, last vinyasa of your practice. Take it back to down dog or child's pose. Wherever you have ended up, feel, notice all that energy inside of you. Can you feel yourself as an energetic being? And then everybody from wherever you are at, start to find a slow transition all the way onto your back. You can face whichever direction you want to. And once you're on your back, no rush. Just hug your knees in and rock it out gently. Set your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Extend your right leg straight up. Flex your toes back towards your shin. And then figure 4. So outer right ankle, top of left thigh, supine pigeon. You can keep your left foot on the ground and just work your right leg. So use the strength in your right leg to press your right knee forward and away from your upper body. Or if you want, you can lift your left foot, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. And if you're taking that variation, the intention is to keep a neutral spine. So rather than rounding and pulling your legs as far as you can towards your upper body, try to actually keep a neutral spine. So as you pull in with your arms, you're resisting with your legs. And you can rock a little bit if you want. Send your breath down into your right hip. If you have your left foot lifted, set it back down, but keep your legs in this figure 4. And continue to press your right knee forward and away from your upper body. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms on the ground and let both of your knees fall over to the left. So as your legs fall left, I shouldn't say knees, let both of your legs fall left. So your right knee is still pointing up towards the ceiling, and you want to try to press your right knee forward towards the front wall. So you should still feel a stretch in your outer right hip. It's just now coming from a different angle. Keep the flexion in your right toes and keep actively pressing your outer ankle onto the top of your thigh. Good job, everybody. And then keep your legs in this same position, figure 4. Bring them back up. And this time you're just going to walk your left foot out to the left edge of your mat and let your legs fall to the right side. It's kind of like a windshield wiper variation. Your outer right foot is on the outside of your left knee, and you want to use your outer right foot to encourage your left knee forward and down. So lengthening your entire left side. You also want to work the inward rotation of our left femur bone in the hip socket. So as your left knee is coming forward, you want to feel that inner rotation through your hip. If your left back ribs are lifting a lot, that's okay, but do your best or have the intention of pressing your left back ribs down. Take a couple more rounds here. And then just slowly go ahead and bring your legs back up. Keep them in that figure four. Extend your right leg straight up. And maybe roll out your ankle for a second. Set your right foot on the ground. And if you want in between sides, maybe you want to windshield wiper a second. Maybe you just want to hug your knees in. Maybe you want to take a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, friends, right foot on the ground with knee bent, left leg straight up. So take a moment to just find the flexion through your toes. Even see if you can feel your left quad muscle squeeze, engage, and then figure four, supine pigeon. Same option. So you can keep your right foot down or you can lift your right foot up, grab hold. Maybe a little rocks, big breath. And then if you do have your right foot lifted, in your next breath or two, return your right foot back to the ground, but stay in your figure four with your legs. Bring your arms either to goalposts or tee them out. And then keep your left knee pointing up towards the ceiling as best you can as you let your legs fall over to the right. So instead of left knee kind of plopping towards your chest, keep pressing it forward, outer ankle strongly onto the top of your thigh. So you should still feel a stretch in your hip. It's just coming from a different place, feels a little different. And then as you're ready, friends, you can just find your way to the other side. So you'll bring your knees or your legs up through center. Walk your right foot out to the right long edge of your mat as your knees fall over to the left. Coming into that windshield variation, that windshield wiper variation. Work the length of your right side. Work the inner rotation of your right femur bone in the hip socket. The intention of pressing your right back ribs down, even if they're lifting. Breathe, last couple. And then lift your legs back up, extend your left leg straight up. Once your legs are back at center, left leg to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, left foot comes down. And again, you choose maybe a few windshield wipers, maybe a big full body stretch, maybe hug both knees in, maybe a happy baby pose this time. And then my friends, from your happy baby pose or from wherever you have chosen to go, if there are any other movements, if there are any final poses, give yourself about 5 to 10 rounds to move through them. So what might feel really nice is just relaxing with your feet together, knees apart. What might feel really nice is just relaxing with your feet apart, knees together. Maybe you want to go directly into your Shavasana. Maybe you want to end your practice, finish your practice with some sort of inversion. So you choose where you want to go and eventually start making your way into your final relaxation, final resting pose. As you guys just drop into your Shavasana for these last few moments, I will read to you. I hope you allow your life to be bigger than you ever thought it could be. I hope you allow yourself to embody more beauty than you ever thought possible. I hope you don't get trapped by the small stories, the little ideas that you had about what the future may be. I hope you don't long for the things that you've outgrown just because they're familiar. I hope you don't consider everything you lose to be a loss. I hope you do not cap your potential at what others have said is possible. Most of all, I hope you recognize the light when it hits you. I hope you let yourself do more than you ever thought you could. These last few moments, see if you can let go of what you thought your life should be, or what you think even that your future should look like. And just allow yourself right now to feel all the aliveness in your body, all the energy in your body, not needing to figure anything out, not needing to solve anything, not needing to show up for anybody but yourself. And just allowing yourself to be here for these last couple moments and to feel your body, to connect with yourself, connect with your own inner world. Shavasana. Most of all, I hope you recognize the light when it hits you. I hope you let yourself do more than you ever thought you could. Take a deep breath in and feel all that energy, all that prana, all that life force inside of you. And then let it go. Exhale. And slowly start to move, start to wiggle. Start to come back into your physical body. And eventually find your way over to either side, fetal position. And give yourself a moment just resting there. So think of this moment in fetal position as a moment for integration, letting your practice kind of soak in, letting anything that came through for you soak in. Maybe there's even some way you visualize that. And then use your arms to slowly help your body up into seated meditation again. So right back where we started. As you come into your seat, notice, do you feel a little different than you did 75 minutes ago? Has anything shifted? Maybe, maybe not. No judgment, just observation. So bring your hands to your heart, either prayer hands or one palm on top of the other. And we'll seal our practice. We'll close our practice together with one big Om. So try not to worry about how your voice actually sounds, but just focus on how it feels to use your voice, to use your vibration, move it through your body and let it express out your mouth as sound. So start by just exhaling, empty out, clear your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice. Thank you all so much for being here. Letting me guide you. Namaste. You're welcome. Thank you, friends, for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Corey, for letting me use your music. You saved me. It reached me. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Mama. Bye.